With the 35th pick, the Cleveland Browns select Nick Chubb, running back.
Good Monday morning to you all out there, and welcome into another draft edition of the Barking Brown Show. I'm Jacob. That's Bill. We're brought to you as friends by our brought to you as always by our friends over at CP. Use our promo code Barking Browns, all one word. Get $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that thumbs up for us on YouTube or the follow button wherever you're finding us. We appreciate you so very, very much. Bill, how are we doing?
We are doing great, Jacob. We're recording this on Sunday night. For those of you that tuned in over the weekend, didn't see our regular Saturday morning show, I take the credit for that. I apologize. I had a 103-degree fever, could not make it to the show, but I wanted to come back here Sunday night right after the Ravens game. We're recording this. So we've got some thoughts, but we're also going to do a little bit of fun stuff here on the draft edition that will perk up your Monday morning with a 7-round dueling mock draft between Jacob and myself. First things first, Jacob, I got to talk about this Ravens game and the big thing that's going to be taking over the entire NFL stratosphere. Shedeur Sanders gets his first start. And when I say first start in a game, not his first actual start. And there was some ups, there were some downs, probably a lot more downs than ups. But, man, I have to tell you this, and I'm going to put this take into the ethos. I would rather see the horrific play we saw from Shedeur Sanders than the horrible play we've seen from Dylan Gabriel in the last 6 games. Because like you and I talked about before we went on the air, there's a lot of bad in Shedeur's game. He's back in the pocket too often, trying to make the big play, trying to play hero ball. But there's some really good in his game. Mm-hmm. You watch that 25-yard strike to Harold Fannin Jr., absolutely beautiful ball. You watch the throw to Isaiah Bond. If he had set his feet, that's a touchdown.
Just missed it.
Just missed it. And then the throw to follow that up to Gage Larvadan, that is a drop in the bucket, and that's what you want from an NFL quarterback. Awuzie just made a really good play. So for me, I am not on the QB in 2026 train yet, and we're going to kind of talk about why when I do the mock draft. But I have to say, at this point, Kevin Stefanski and his coaching staff cannot go back to Dylan Gabriel. You have seen what you needed to see from him, and at this point, that ship has sailed. And even if he beats the concussion protocol, you need to keep him on the bench because you got to figure out what you've got in Shedeur at this point.
It would be absolute malpractice for Shedeur Sanders to not start the next game, because I watch him. He comes in cold in the second half, doesn't have that week of preparation, everything. I want to see what he looks like with that preparation. I want to see what he looks like with a little bit of extra added chemistry between his wide receivers, because like you said, that final drive, Harold Fannin dropped that pass. I thought it was kind of like a good defensive play, whatever. No, it went right through the hands and hit the chest. He had some plays like the offensive line. This is the crazy part too. Like the offensive line was bad all day. I thought they were better with Dylan Gabriel back there. And then all of a sudden Shedeur goes out there and they got even worse somehow. And I'm like, yeah, he was doing some of his drifting and things like that. But like, there's a lot of situations where Shedeur Sanders just had no shot. And I thought Tevin Jenkins actually wasn't terrible at right tackle when he came in after Conklin got hurt. But anytime KT Levinston's one of your tackles, I just say a little bit of a prayer for you on every passing snap. But yeah, and I thought some of the stuff there you can work on setting up some more quick game and things like that to try to navigate some of those issues, and they didn't necessarily do that. So play calling was up and down. Still think Tommy Rees has done a decent job these 2 games. But my takeaway watching that game was a couple things. One, stop telling me Mason Graham isn't a good football player. He's a very good football player. 2, Carson Schwarzenegger's defensive rookie of the year. Please pay me my money. And 3, I want to see Shedeur Sanders when he has had a actual preparation. Why the word preparation was escaping me, I don't know. When he's at actual preparation to be the starter. And it's that simple to me. I saw and it's funny because he ended up with only 4 completions, but I saw more throws that I was like, in that half of football than I did in the 5.5 games of Dylan Gabriel, and I'm a Dylan Gabriel guy. So I know Stefanski's already come out and said it, and maybe some things are different by the time you guys are seeing this tomorrow. It's 8:30 right now. We're waiting for the kickoff of Sunday Night Football and stuff. He's already said he'll conclude if Dylan clears concussion protocol. I don't think he will. I just don't. A lot of times they just don't. And so I just don't think he will. So I think you'll get to see Shedeur Sanders, and I will be very excited to see him in Las Vegas. Doesn't that seem so fitting that Las Vegas is where he would make his NFL starting debut? Feels
absolutely. Because you think about it's the big bright lights, right? And I said it on X. For those that aren't following me, go follow me on X at Spark Scouting, as I do a lot of stuff with the Barking Browns too. But I said it when that last drive hit with 5 minutes to go. The NFL is an entertainment business. And you could not have dialed that up more perfectly. Shedeur Sanders comes in, cold start, off the bench, rescuing the hapless Browns, 5 minutes to go with a chance to win the game. Like, now you're going to put him in Vegas on those bright lights? Dude, I can already guarantee you it's going to be very difficult for Dylan Gabriel to clear concussion protocol in a week. In most cases, it takes between 10 to 12 days for the average player to clear it. So you're looking probably into next week before you see him, unless just otherworldly things happen. But man, even if he does, I still would start Shedeur just for the amount of money you're going to generate in team revenue. Because think about all the Shedeur jerseys that are going to be bought at the Vegas fan shop. Think about all the Shedeur jerseys that are going to be ordered online. Think about all the newsreels and all of the podcasts and all the shows that are going to talk about Shedeur. You don't think Jimmy Haslam doesn't see that on his bottom line? You don't think he cares about that revenue? That's money in his pocket.
Yeah. It would have been, it just would have been so great if he had been able to pull that off, and he almost did, man. That throw again to Larvidan was just like, that was the throw that makes you go, okay, that's a franchise quarterback type throw. Like, that's a big time NFL big boy throw. Like, he can make them. Let's see what it looks like. He's got a lot of bad habits, and the bad part is the bad habits that deal with a bad offensive line. He's got a bad offensive line. So but if he can just show you anything, it kind of changes the whole offseason, I guess, maybe. All right, let's do it. Oh, by the way, 5 a.m. By the time you guys see this, it would have already happened, but I just saw that Bernie Kosar is getting his liver transplant at 5 a.m. tomorrow on Monday. So that's fucking awesome, man. That's great. That's awesome. Hope that surgery goes well. Would love to see Bernie back out of the hospital and getting around anymore. So let's do it. Let's jump into it. Dueling 7-round mock draft. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, you.
Ah, you dick. All right, I'll go first. Here we are.
You gotta go first because you've got a certain strategy. I've got a certain strategy that we didn't discuss beforehand. That I'm going to throw a monkey wrench into this thing just so the people know. But basically how this is going to work, Jacob, is we've both got the PFF simulator up because we're allowed to adjust the order in the PFF simulator. So we have this to the most current order as of 8:26 p.m. Sunday night before the Sunday Night Football game kicks off, which has the Browns currently picking at 3rd and then again at 20th with Jacksonville's pick. But they may not stay that way pending the results of this 7-round mock draft or the results of Sunday Night Football, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Jacob, the floor is yours you can do both of your first round picks.
Okay, we'll do it that way. I like that. All right, so it became interesting because going into this, if they had lost and were still at 4 and had looked really, really bad, I was going to trade up and get a quarterback. That's straight up what I wanted to do, and I was just going to go after the quarterback. But what I'm going to do in this situation is both of the teams in front of you right now, this is the up-to-date order, as Bill said. So right now, the two teams in front of you have a first-round quarterback from last year, and they're not going to move off of that. So I'm going to be very interested to see maybe the computer has somebody jump up in front of me. But in this position, I'm going to sit back because I have 2 quarterbacks, and I don't think 2 teams will jump me. So 2 quarterbacks I like, and if for some reason they're both off the board, there's another nice strategy in there. So Let's get this thing started. And I'll say this. I'm just doing this on the operation that neither of these two rookies shows me anything. That could change very, very quickly in the next coming weeks. So, okay, Ruben Bain and Caleb Downs go. I could see that. I can very, very easily see that. That's interesting. So for me, man, I'm sitting back here patiently waiting at 3. My quarterback 1's Fernando Mendoza, man, and I think he showed it again this weekend. 2 incompletions again and 4 touchdowns? He's now got 2 games where he had 2 incompletions. He's got a game where he had 1 incompletion. He's just so accurate, the ball placement, the savvy. His offensive line struggled a bit at times in this game. Yeah. There was more pressure on him this week. I'll bring his numbers up here for you. A little bit more pressure on you, but you got the adjusted completion percentage is 80%. Turnover worthy play is less than 2%. Big time throw, it's about 5%. I love Fernando Mendoza. Just so smart, so comfortable in the pocket. He needed to lower the turnover worthy play rate that he had while he was at Cal, and he has done that significantly this year. I know the interceptions look almost the same, but the turnover worthy plays were really high at Cal last year. But he's just 72% completion, over 30 touchdowns. He can run the ball. He's Matt Ryan, man. He's a more athletic Matt Ryan, although Matt Ryan in his early days was a pretty decent athlete. But it's Matt Ryan, elite processor, quick release when he needs it to be. I love watching a quarterback that is in complete and total control of an offense, and that's what Fernando Mendoza is, regardless of who the head coach is next year. I'm taking Fernando Mendoza at 3. Get me my franchise quarterback. Now we go all the way down to 20. Let's see. This is where it gets interesting. Mm-hmm. First, I'm going to look at offensive line. So I'm going to look at offensive tackle.
How did he?
Don't care. Spencer Fano, the right tackle from Utah. He is a mean sumbitch. Just mean road grader. Some people think maybe he should be a guard. I don't see it. I think he's a tackle just fine. Look at that. Look at that big goose egg there. Look at that goose egg there under the sacks. Look at that. Not a guy less about sacks.
Look at that.
He just manhandles people. Just a bully, brings a physical presence on the right side of the line. Really improve your run blocking immediately. I think he's a better run blocker than he is a pass protector, but he's not a bad pass protector. Mm-hmm. This is a dude you stick over there on the right side for 10 years and you feel great about it. It's that simple to me. So give me my Fernando Mendoza, start the rebuild on the offensive line, and I feel great ending day 1 of my draft if that was the case.
That's fair, man. That is fair. So I've got a little bit of a different strategy here. So I've already started the draft, and my draft went the same way. Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain go 1 and 2.
And they just flipped them. That's funny.
Just flipped them.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? I agree with you that I don't think 2 people are going to jump me for quarterback. And even then, I'm looking at the teams behind me, the Saints and the Jets. We don't know what the Saints are going to do with Tyler Shuck coming on here late recently. The Jets loading up on picks in 2027. I might be convinced they run it back for 1 more year with a bridge quarterback rather than go quarterback here. So I'm going to take a trade here. Okay. And my trade is going to be with the Las Vegas Raiders that will net me the 6th overall pick, the 38th overall pick, and a first-round pick in 2027. It's a bit of an overpay from the Raiders' end, but you got to do it when you go up and get your quarterback. Force that trade, putting me back at 6th, which the Raiders came up for Fernando Mendoza, as they should, just like you talked about. Now I'm on the clock here at 6. And conventional wisdom says, Bill, you take Ty Simpson here, you get your franchise quarterback. But I'm not convinced that a rookie quarterback is coming to save this franchise offensively as it is right now, because there are issues from the offensive line we saw in the second half with Shedeur Sanders and in the first half with Dylan Gabriel. There are issues with the pass catchers. There are issues with separation. There are issues with coaching. There is a multitude of issues functionally that this team is more than a rookie quarterback away. So with that being said, my first pick, I'm going offensive tackle as well, and I am going with the aptly described by my co-host Jacob here, mean son of a bitch, in Spencer Fano, the offensive tackle from Utah. And you can play him. His natural position is right tackle. You could play him on the left side if you wanted to, but you're going to need two tackles anyway. Yeah. I put him at right tackle, and I set it and forget it. Now, at 20th overall, it's time to get a weapon at the wide receiver position. And the weapon that I'm going to go for at wide receiver is a guy who I have been high on since the summer. He has been my wide receiver one. I equate his yards after catch ability and his ability to move in the open field as trying to staple Jell-O to a tree. And you just watched him this past weekend drop 7 catches for 158 yards. And oh, by the way, if you think the Browns have issues on special teams, guess what? He can return punts too. Punts. Yeah, I went there.
I love that guy so much.
I do too, man. I do too. And listen, I know he's got a high drop rate at 11%. I get it. But you look at it, 47 catches, 787 yards, 8 touchdowns, and that does not factor in the touchdowns he's got on special teams as a punt returner. Give me KC Concepcion as the new target for whoever the quarterback may be in 2026. Right now, I'm banking on it either being Shedeur Sanders, a bridge quarterback, or maybe a little bit more to be seen as we move through this mock. But at the end of day one, I've got a future franchise right tackle and a stud wide receiver, and I got a first-round pick in 2027. I'm good.
Hey, look who's still on my board.
Well, what do you know? Wow.
Right there, KC Concepcion still here, sitting on there. For me, I'm not gonna do the same, just for that reason. I'm gonna go Elijah Surratt. I'm gonna go a little bit of a different route, just because, just to shake it up a little bit. I like Elijah Surratt. He's not gonna test like through the roof or anything like that, but he's quicker than I thought. I do give him that credit. Like going into the year, I've seen more speed and more burst. The acceleration really does stick out for me with Elijah Surratt, because like he gets, even though he doesn't have elite top speed, he does get to that top speed pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Catches everything, man. Like has the 3 drops, but on 62 targets, like 10 touchdowns. Hasn't missed the last 2 games? One game?
I think it's last 1.5.
And you can see the difference even for, and I'm reuniting him. I'm keeping him with his quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. He's been kind of a safety blanket and still in a big play guy. Like, and you see the 82.8 against man coverage. Like, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. You see the contested catches down here. He's got 6 contested catches this year. He just catches everything. He's one of those guys. I compared him to David Bell, and not the David Bell we got in the NFL, but the David Bell we got at Purdue, where it's like gets open, catches the football. Yeah, gets open, catches the football.
That's all you need.
Check, and check, a million different checks, right? I just got a text from Chef Brian, who wanted to saw your short where you said we're not just a quarterback away, and he wanted me to tell you, yeah, no shit. He did. He texted me.
Appreciate the love, Chef Brian. I appreciate it.
He just sent me a text to let me know that. So I'm going to take his Elijah Surratt and keep him with Fernando Mendoza. By the way, I lost the bet last week, so I will be eating an onion on Saturday's live show. I'll take a bite out of it. Now, if people want to join and super chat, for every $1 someone super chats, I'll keep taking bites out of onions, even though it'll probably make me die. But we're also going to potentially make a bet on who wins this mock draft thing. So we're just going to keep doing stupid stuff like that. So we'll see. So I'm going to take Elijah Surratt, and I'm going to pass it back to you.
Love it. So now I've got 2 picks in round 2 after my trade down, but I'm sitting here at pick 35 and I have my right tackle and I have my wide receiver. So now I'm going to go to the offensive tackle well one more time. And I see him there. I see Caleb Lomu there. And I hear people saying they're doing so well at Utah. Just take them and reunite them. But I'm going to go back to the Andrew Berry guardrails and take a multi-year player in the SEC who is at this point 21 years of age, who has played multiple positions on the offensive line. I'm taking Caden Green, the Missouri left tackle, who, take a look at that right there. 800 snaps at left guard, almost 500 snaps at left tackle. And then, hey, by the way, at almost 500 snaps, only 2 sacks. You want to talk about being a pass protector. Caden Green is a pass protector. And now my offensive line is Caden Green on the left side. And then on the right side, I have Spencer Fano. And here's the thing. If DeJuan Jones comes back fully healthy and you want to put him at left tackle, Caden Green slides inside the left guard to replace Joel Bitonio, which is, funny enough, my NFL comp for Caden Green. That's a slam dunk pick at the top of the second round. So we're going Caden Green there.
I like it.
And now I'm sitting here at pick 38. And I said to myself,
I forgot you had that. I'm like, hey, it's my turn, Dick.
Yeah. Hey, next time trade down, Dick, and you'll get a pick like that, all right? And I said to myself, Self, there's no way possible that the Browns will go with a defensive position early in the NFL draft. There's no way possible. With as much struggle as they have offensively, they just can't do it, right? Well, the big thing is you have Rayshawn Jenkins, who's going to be a free agent. You have Ronnie Hickman, who's a restricted free agent, and you can match his rights. So I'm going to dip into the well at safety. And when I dip into this well, I'm going to go with a guy that's a little bit lower on PFF's board, but that people surely need to get to know because he's one of my top 32 players in this NFL draft. It's Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety from Toledo. Because here's the thing. You look at the numbers and you look at the analytics. This dude is just otherworldly. Take a look at that. 5 receptions allowed this season. A passer rating allowed of 62%. But that's not his bread and butter. It's run defense. It's slamming down in the box and hitting people as hard as he possibly can. It is run support all day long, and you set him next to Grant Delpit, and now your safety room is set. And then, oh, by the way, you have Carson Swessinger and Mason Graham and Myles Garrett in front of you. I know it's early for a defender, but here's the thing. This guy is going to go a lot higher than people think, especially when you look at it 6'2", 202. That's a bricked up dude at safety. Pause. That's a bricked up dude at safety. Give me Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the Toledo safety. And I'm done for round 2.
I'm actually very intrigued here by Kamari Ramsey, the safety from USC. He's a guy I loved a lot last year. And then this year with USC, they played him primarily as a slot defender. Like he did a lot of moving around, and I'll bring up his snap counts for you guys so you can see for the guys that are for people that are on YouTube. Last year, he had 273 deep snaps, 167 in the box, 164 in the slot. This year, only 90 deep snaps, 101 in the box, and 251 in the slot. And you're looking at a guy, let me see here, 7.1% forced incompletion rate. He's got only a 3.6% tackle, missed tackle rate. I think he's played maybe some of his better football this year as a slot defender, but he moves all the way around. Miles Harden's been a little up and down as a slot defender, although I kind of like him in running it back with him, but I think you need more help in the slot. So I'm also going to dip a little early into the defender well. I'm going to take Kamari Ramsey, the versatile safety, who is probably best used as a slot defender as it here at pick 67.
Love it. I love it. So here we are, round 3. We're moving through this mock, and you know, you look at what I've done so far. I've got offensive tackle checked off. I've got wide receiver checked off. I've got offensive lineman at tackle and guard checked off. I've got safety checked off. So I'm going to have a little fun with this one.
No boy.
David Njoku's a free agent. There's no guarantee we're going to re-sign him. So why not go out and get one of the most athletic demons at the tight end position in this draft class in Michael Trigg from Baylor? You look at this guy's size, 6'4", 240 pounds, probably going to run a very good 40 time, 40 catches, 607 yards, 6 touchdowns on 70 targets. 70 targets, 5 drops. That's sure-handed.
I love Trigg.
Oh,
I love Trigg.
I love him. By the way, missed tackles forced, 16. This guy
as a massive tight end.
As a 6'4", 240-pound dude.
Yeah.
That's David Njoku coded all over again. Because if you remember, David Njoku at Miami was a big dude who knew how to make people miss.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Michael Trigg and Harold Fannin Jr. as the new 2 tight end set in Cleveland.
Give me a little bit excited on this Sunday night. Oh, I meant to put the game on. We'll have to get that up here and rolling here soon. Yeah. I'm back on the clock at 103, and I'm going to tell you, man, I think I'm going to take Austin Barber, the left tackle from Florida here, and book in me at tackle. Austin Barber, not as good as a year as what I thought he was going to have. A little bit of a roller coaster. Not terrible. Couple of sacks, 13 hurries. Better run blocker than pass blocker, but good movement skills, good strength. Like, I don't know if you want to start Austin Barber right out the gate. And when you're picking him out just outside of the top 100, that's makes sense. And you can see some of the big games, like against Miami, he really struggled. Against A&M, he really struggled, but played really well against Georgia. You can see that every year, a 72.8 overall grade against Georgia. So, but struggled at a 60.4 against Ole Miss. I think Austin Barber needs a little bit of time over there, but he's where's my snap counts here? Yeah, multi-year starter there at left tackle. So lot of experience. Maybe needs a little bit of time to grow and develop. Maybe you bring, in a bridge left tackle, a veteran that can maybe start at the beginning of the season. But I do think he has the tools, the athletic traits, and kind of needs more technical refinement. But a couple of rookies to bet on both sides of the line at some point. If he can grow into the upside that I think Barber has, he can be a really quality. I don't know that he'll ever be like this franchise lock you down left tackle, but I do think he can be a league average left tackle. And to be honest with you, league average, you can work with that.
Absolutely. You can work that.
Especially after what you've had to work with this year.
100%. So my next pick here at pick 103 is a guy that's flying under the radar a little bit this season. And he shouldn't be, because he's done very well protecting the blind side of the guy you took at number 3 overall. It's Carter Smith, the Indiana tackle, 6'5", 313. You look at it, 716 snaps at left tackle this season. Well, would you look at that? A big old goose egg. And with this, I took Caden Green earlier, who played left tackle but left guard. Now my left side of my offensive line is set, because I either have Caden Green as the starting left tackle and Carter Smith as a backup, or I run out a left guard, left tackle lineup of Caden Green and Carter Smith. And now that left side is fixed. Give me Carter Smith, the IU tackle here.
And still like Luke Whippler, and maybe you bring back Tevin Jenkins, and you start being like, ooh, I can live with this. I'm on the board again at 142. So just a reminder for myself, I took a bunch of people that play for teams that wear red, as you can see here. There's a lot of red logos here. So I got my quarterback, my right tackle, my left tackle, my wide receiver, my safety, who's also mainly I took him as my slot defender. I'm going to look about. I'm going to double. I do like Bryce Lance.
Ooh,
I like Bryce Lance. Size, speed guy. 77% contested catch rate this year. 2 drops on 52 targets. Averaging 19.6 yards per reception. His average depth of target is 14 yards.
Oof.
Ooh, man. I know he plays at a second. he's got a good size profile. Yeah, 6'3", 210, but moves really well. Long legs, long strider. Just kind of glides smoothly. Yeah, I'm going to do it, man. We need more people that can separate. I think he does a good job separating, decent route runner. Smooth size, speed, can create some mismatches. Going to take some time coming from North Dakota State to adjust to the level of competition. But yeah, I'm going to take Bryce Lance here at this spot and double up a playmaker for my guy, Fernando Mendoza.
Ooh, I love it. Oh, you're not going to do 145? You're
I'll
going to
do
kick it back to me?
145. Yeah, since I'm up at a so I took Bryce Lance and then Clev Lubin. I love Clev Lubin.
I love some Clev Lubin, man. Like you can't, I know he's just a redshirt sophomore and we're not going to see him this year, but if you told me he came out and he was there on day 3, I'm running up the card for Clev Lubin.
I don't know that Kenyatta Jackson, if he declares, makes it here, the edge rusher from Ohio State, but if he does, he's been playing really well lately.
Yeah.
Pass rush win rate on only 12%. I felt like, yeah, he had some struggles at the beginning of the year, especially. What could I be looking at? Jacob Rodriguez. I'm telling you.
If he gets to the 5th round, there's something wrong. I think we need to have a conversation that Jacob Rodriguez needs to be in Heisman voting right now.
So we're at what, like 90 tackles?
Yeah,
right now?
90 tackles. He has more turnovers forced by himself than like Oregon does as an entire team.
Which is just asinine of a thing to say. Like,
yeah.
how is that?
How's that even possible?
Justin Jolie, the tight end from North Carolina. That makes some sense there. I need to look on the interior of my offensive line. I should probably take somebody there. Yeah, man. No question for me. Logan Jones, the center from Iowa. Love him a ton. You're not taking a guy here as your starter, probably. Mm-hmm. I would think you would run it out there with Luke Whippler, but you have a nice young developmental guy who has 3 years. Look at all these snaps that he's logged. 666 last year. Well, really wish he could have played an extra snap there because that's ominous.
That's great. Yeah, that's ominous.
591 snaps in 23 and 530 snaps this year. Good run blocker, good pass blocker, good mover, good power, all around good. I think he's like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of guy. But I do think he could be a starter at center at some point in his career. So I will take the Iowa center here at pick 145. Give me Logan Jones.
I love it. So I'm with you. I'm going to go on the interior as well. And I kind of already have with Caden Green. And Logan Jones is here. But I'm going to go with a guy who's a little bit younger, a little bit lighter, and a little bit of a better pass blocker, and Parker Brailsford, the Alabama center. Because you look, 689 snaps this season, not a single sack given up. And yeah, I get it. The size is worrisome, 6'2", 290. But he's also only 22 years old. This is a guy who has time to develop. And again, like you just talked about, you've got Whippler, you've got Jenkins, you've got guys that you can put in front of him. And you can develop Brailsford into a guy at center. So I'm going to take Parker Brailsford here at pick 142. And at pick 145, I'm going to break the internet, man. I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I debated it the whole weekend. I said, if we do this dueling mock, I said we get to day 3 and the guy is still here, I'm going to take him because I think that this organization will, if they choose to pass on quarterback early, they will take a flyer on a quarterback late as a developmental prospect. And what more developmental prospect do you have than a guy who's 6'5", 235 pounds, just 21 and a half years old, had a season-ending injury that ended early, has a decently sized arm. Drew Aller, Penn State quarterback,
Oh no!
as the round 5 pick. And now you have a competition between Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Drew Aller, and the bridge quarterback. At some point, you got to figure it out. Give me Drew Aller here at pick 145.
I thought it was going to be Brendan Sorsby, so that's why I didn't give you a reaction right away. And then it ended up being Drew Aller. I was very not prepared. I'll tell you right now, I jump all over that. If that's where you took him, hell yeah.
Yeah. I have a 5th round grade on Drew Aller. My comp for him has been Blake Bortles. And if you told me I got Blake Bortles' career in the 5th round, yeah, take it. He's a 21-year-old guy. Throw the dart.
I think I might want to go edge here because you can never have enough. And I feel like Alex Wright gets extended, and then you're probably going to lose Isaiah McGuire after next year, potentially. Potentially, I don't know because the pass rusher. Yeah, he's got the size profile, pretty good. Better as a pass rusher. Yeah. I'll take Damon Wilson, 250-pound. Not quite what they want as a run defender, but 15.3% pass rush win rate, 5 sacks this year. Yeah, give me Damon Wilson, kind of a bigger, but more of just a pass rusher than he is a run defender. He's going to have to add a little bit more power and a little bit better technique at the next level.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, love it, love it. So back on the clock here at 2:16 for me. I'm going to double dip at the wide receiver position. And ooh. I love it when a plan comes together. Because when you can get a guy who's 6'3", 205 and has 3 drops on 82 targets, 817 yards and 8 touchdowns, and oh, by the way, 21 missed tackles forced. I know I went with KC Concepcion earlier, but I'm going back to the great state of Texas for another wide receiver. And give me Eric McAllister, the TCU wide receiver, here in round 6.
I'm looking here and trying to see if I can find anybody that can block at tight end. I really don't have any of them left.
I would say of the best ones you got there, it's probably Sam Roush from Stanford or Lake McCree from USC.
Yeah. Good contested catch rate for him as well. Yeah, I'll take Lake McCree just because I'm looking for another tight end, maybe a blocker, my 3rd tight end or 2nd tight end if they move on from Njoku. So I'll take Lake McCree as one of the better blocking options I have left. And then my final pick 242, I will take another quarterback. No, I think I would take another quarterback. Look at all these.
Wow.
I might actually just take a running back here. This is going to be dumb, but I'm going to see what's there at wide receiver. Skyler Bell.
Ooh.
He's already got 1,100 yards. There's just no way he's there this late, right? Or is it just like, hey, he played at UConn?
It's, hey, he played at UConn. And I think he could be there. I think he could certainly be there on day 3, especially in round 7.
Smaller guy. Yes, 185. Ooh, but he's got some quick feet.
Mm-hmm.
Got himself some quick feet. You know what? If somehow he's there, you can see he's got 35 screen catches.
Yeah.
Tells you what kind of wide receiver he is. You know what? I'm doing it. 3 wide receivers. Don't give a shit.
Let it rip, man. Let it rip. Let it rip. So here we are, pick 240 for me. And I'm looking down the board and I see nothing but quarterbacks.
I know. That's really annoying.
It's so annoying. I'm going to take a look at edge. And
Okay.
6'4", 255. He's a redshirt sophomore, so I don't expect to see him, but there is a chance. And since there is a chance, I'm going to pull the trigger. because you look very few snaps this season, probably a little over 400 snaps. But in that 400 snaps, 10 sacks, 23 hurries, a 92 pass rush grade. Give me the new serial killer at the edge spot, the 3 named John Henry Daly from Utah here. And then at pick 242, I'm going to see. At 242, this one's going to be crazy. And you can call me crazy.
I always do.
I know you do. I'm not sold on Andre Schmidt.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not.
I have no problem with this. Yep.
I'm not sold on him at all.
No.
So why don't I go get the career scoring record holder from the Big Ten Iowa school, Drew Stevens, the kicker from Iowa. Why wouldn't I go get him?
I love that they don't even have stats loaded in there. They just put him in the mock. They're like, here, whatever.
Yeah, here, whatever. Why wouldn't I go get him? Because I can sign him as a UDFA. I'm not going to do it here. I'm not that crazy. No, I am crazy, though, because I just went edge, but I'm going to go edge again. And I'm going to scroll down the board a little bit. Oh, is he already gone? No, he's there. And I'm going to go with a guy who stands at 6'1", 235, a little undersized for the edge position, but has produced pretty well this season. 3 sacks, 14 hurries, 11 hits. Plays a lot of outside the tackle and off ball, and has a really decent set of pass rush moves. And here in the 7th round, I'm putting him and John Henry Daly together and hoping that I can get enough out of both of them to replace Isaiah McGuire. Give me Ben Bell, the Virginia Tech defensive end here, to wrap up my mock.
All right, we're going to run you through real quick right now with our mocks. Here we are. We are done. I'm on the board. I took Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback from Indiana at number 3, Spencer Fano, the right tackle from Utah at 20, Elijah Surratt, the number 1 option for Mendoza at Indiana at wide receiver, Kamari Ramsey, the safety from USC that plays a ton in the slot, left tackle Austin Barber from Florida, another wide receiver, and Bryce Lance, size speed guy from North Dakota State. I disagree so wholeheartedly with getting an F for taking Logan Jones, the center from Iowa at 145, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Damon Wilson, the edge rusher from Missouri at 216, Lake McRae, the tight end from USC, 240, and I triple dipped at wide receiver at 242, taking Skylar Bell, the speedster from UConn. And
love it.
To you.
Love it. So we started off, I traded down from the 3 spot, picking up the 6th, the 38th, and a first round pick in 2027, giving me 2 in 2027. I go with Spencer Fano at 6th overall, Casey Concepcion at wide receiver for pick 20, pick 35, Caden Green, the left tackle, left guard from Missouri, pick 38, Emmanuel McNeil Warren at safety from Toledo, pick 67, Michael Trigg, the tight end from Baylor, pick 103, Carter Smith from Indiana. Pick 142, Parker Brailsford from Alabama. I disagree with an F on that pick, but who's counting? Pick 145, I throw a dart at the board and take Drew Aller, the Penn State quarterback, which I'm sure will get a lot of love.
Yeah, that's not the word I'd use.
Yeah. Pick 216, I get Eric McAllister at wide receiver from TCU. And pick 240 and 242, I double up on edge with John Henry Daly from Utah and Ben Bell from Virginia Tech, wrapping up my 2026 mock draft.
So there you are. Our first 7-round Browns mock draft of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did because we're having a lot of fun. Tell us whose draft you like better. And keep watching our TikTok because we might make this a bet and we'll need your votes. So tell us what you think in the comments. We'll be back Wednesday at 1 p.m. live to talk about the Ravens game and all other things Cleveland Browns. So we appreciate you guys very, very much. Love you. See you next time. Go Browns.
Go Browns.